I'm such a big fan for this fashion trend, so I want to DIY my own square neck crop top with puff sleeves. So first I measured the desired length and height of the curve of my sleeves. I have a limited amount of cloth for the sleeves, so I was really hoping my measurements were right here. After cutting one sleeve, I put it over the other so I can trace and cut with the same size. For the bodies, I added my bust size plus seam allowance and divided it by 2. I have a vertical opening at the middle of this blouse, so I started to measure from the middle going outward, so it will be proportional, hopefully. From the end of the top, I measured 2 inches down and 5 inches to the right. I drew a line from the end of the top side to the end of the 5-inch line, and I did the same to the other side. After cutting, I pinned and saw the vertical opening of the middle part of this blouse. By this time, I actually separated the front and the back panel so I can deal with them separately. I started with the front and I just hemmed the top to avoid it to fray.
Back when we were young, I would think you're too good. I'd never tasted anything before so sweet. All the days we spent together when we fell in love were took for granted. Now I stand here 'cause I miss your love.
I also added darts for the front panel. I measured 2 inches wide at the top and 6 inches down, like a triangle. I folded it in half and pinned it securely, and so.
Your love, you crash into me like waves.
And of course, I did the same for the second dart of the front panel.
You crash into me like waves. Never knew the value of those days. I miss the way that you say my name. You're too.
Then I noticed that my front panel is not proportional at the bottom part. So here I just folded the front panel to trace and cut the excess. And of course, I did not forget to double fold it for the hem.
Yeah, 'cause I miss your love.
Now I have my front panel. For the sleeves, I first made the tunnel where the elastic will go through. The elastic will create the puff in the sleeves. After creating the tunnel, I used a hairpin to push the elastic through. It took me a while, but yeah. And of course, I did the same for the other sleeve. Don't forget to sew the ends of the elastic for it to be secured. Now I'm doing the back panel. I actually measured it and figured out it was bigger, so I decided to cut to my desired size. It was a real trial and error here. And once I'm fine with it, I hemmed the top of the back panel by double folding and sewing. Now I have both of my panels. I pinned them wrong sides together and sew the sides in zigzag stitch to avoid fraying. Now it's time to assemble the sleeves to the bodies. I was still using the zigzag stitch here to avoid fraying.
It's our set.
I finally finished my first official DIY. As you can see, it is not as puffy as I would have wanted them to be. But I reminded myself that this is just my first DIY and I will still improve. This is just the beginning. Since 2019, I made a faith goal to learn something new each year. And so here I am, learning. I hope you get inspired to start something new that will hopefully improve you as a person as well. Till the next DIY!